So for today we'll be looking at push button switches. Okay, so here you see a picture of a push button switch. This. So we have another look, another view. So a push button switch, this is it, and it's a type of switch. Okay, so this is another view. A push button switch is a type of switch that works or that allows current to flow through only when it is pressed. So when it's pressed down, okay, you press and you hold, so you push and you hold, that's when the current passes through the switch. Okay, that is when your switch is closed. So let's see this. Right, so we have this. So when it is not pressed, it is an open circuit. So it means when the current is flowing from here and it gets here, it is open, so it doesn't continue to be. But when we press and hold it, okay, it continues, so it is now closed. So if you have an understanding of what switches are, you would be able to see that this is what we mean when we say a push button switch. So a push button switch only works when you press and hold. Okay, so for as long as you are pressing and holding, the current is flowing through. It's flowing through. Okay, that's good. So with this knowledge we have, let's see it in action. All right, let's see a push button switch in action. So when we come to our Thinker Card, remember, Thinker Card is our online circuit simulator. Okay, Thinker Card is our online circuit simulator. So here we get to build our circuits online instead of having the actual components. So what we do is, if we've created an account, it's so easy to create an account here, and if we've created an account here, we get this interface whenever we come to Thinker Card. So when we press on create, okay, and we go to circuit, Thinker Card can do so many things. It can help you do 3D designing or blocks, but for this purpose we're using the circuit design. So I've selected the circuit aspect of Thinker Card. Let's wait for our dashboard to load. So today we're going to look at how to work with a push button, or how a push button switch works. So while we wait, Thinker Card, it has a lot of resources. That's why sometimes it takes so long to load. But I think, yeah, here we go. So this is the dashboard of the Thinker Card. Here we have all the components that are available here, and for now let's just work with our breadboard. Let's get a breadboard first. So this is our breadboard. So I click on it and I bring it here. So I just need to click on it, then it's already selected. Then I just move it here, then I click to make it fixed onto the board. Now I can click and drag this portion to adjust the screen. So I can also zoom in by scrolling up to zoom in, and to zoom out by scrolling down. Okay, so we have to find the button. So here is the push button that we'll be working with. Here's the push button working. Remember here, we're saying that you connect it this way. You see, here, A is internally connected. This whole part, it has 4 outputs, or you see 4 pins on it. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. Okay, but for A, we have both internally connected, so we don't need to use the 2. We only need to use 1. Right? If you want to use the 2, no problem, but we can use just 1. That's fine. And for B part, this and this are internally connected. Depends on how you arrange them. So let's go back to circuit. So look at this. So for that picture that we just saw, it was turned the other way, but this is turned like straight. So we have terminal 1B and we have terminal 2B. So it means for this orientation, this and this are internally connected. So this and this are internally connected. And for this, 1B and 1A are also internally connected, right? So we can move on. Let's get our Arduino board. Where is an Arduino? Okay. So this is our Arduino board. Takes a while. Let me zoom out. So to rotate this, I press the R key on the keyboard. And that's what we have. Let me adjust. Then for now, we'll just be using. Okay. So we'll need power as usual. For every circuit, you need some form of power. So to make wire connections, all I did was to click on the pin. You see, this is GND, which means ground or negative, right? And this is 5 volts, which means positive. So let me check for my ground as well. GND, when I click, if I want to bend it, let's say I click here, then I move it in the direction in which I want to move it. So if I want to move it this way, no problem. If I want to move it downwards, no problem. So I want to bring my negative here. I can come and adjust it here. That's fine by me, and I can change the color here as well to black. I want it to be black. And this is my positive, and I want it to be green. Also, we will need a resistor. So what you can do is, if you can't see it here, you just come and look for it here. Resistor. So I type a resistor, type in the name, and I get the options. So I have a resistor here. We have types of resistors, but this is what I want to use right now. So I press R to rotate it. Sorry. So I press R to rotate it, and this is what I have. So for the push button connections, we'll connect our positive to this part. Remember, this is 1B. This and this is connected. So if I come here, I can actually get positive from here because it's connected, right? Even though this place is a break. Okay, assuming I move this here, right? This is not connected because there's a break here. There's a break here. So to be able to jump it here and to be able to use it, to use the power here, or use this terminal here as well, That's why we put it in the middle. Most often people place their buttons in the middle. It's not for any special reason. So we've connected our terminal 1 to our positive. You know what, let's change the color to red. Then we're connecting our terminal 2 to our resistor, and our resistor to ground, and let's change the color to black. Alright, so this is